dude, what's good, man? It's the guy. It's the one and only RikHavok live, man. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. But today we got Wikipedia. Why nobody wants to go to Hooters anymore. Listen, let me know down in the comments below, y'all. First time going to Hooters, what was your experience? My first time going, I was with my auntie. We was traveling around and that's my first time before my wife and everything else like that. But you know, I'm an ass guy myself. I like some, you know what I mean. But most of the girls at Hooters that I remember didn't really have them back there. They had this a little bit, not a lot though. They had this a little bit, but that thing back there, that's what I like. That's what I like. You know what I mean? But let's see what Wikipedia got to say about this, though. I haven't really been. After that's my first time, my only time going to Hooters. I ain't go back. So that's great. Let's see what you got to say about it, bro. It's the downfall of Hooters. Let's get straight to it, man. Like, comment, subscribe.
Over 300,000 women have worn these orange shorts and tank tops since 1983 while serving chicken wings to dudes pretending they're coming for the sports atmosphere. These women worked as waitresses in a restaurant that literally started as an April Fool's joke between 6 Florida friends thinking it would be hilarious when their stupid idea failed.
Yeah, I can see this starting in Florida. I think that's like this Hooters, it'll be like starting to, and the course is all freaky white dudes. Florida, I can see it starting in Florida. It'll start in Vegas. That's what I think. Like, that's what I would think this idea came up from. But 6 freaky white dudes, of course.
Plot twist, it didn't fail. It made them millionaires. It's like texting your ex I miss you as an April Fool's joke and ending up married with a mortgage. These accidental geniuses invented an entire category of restaurants called breastaurants, and I swear I'm not making this up. Your kids will learn about it in business school.
I'm glad they changed
They went
the
from
name.
one joke restaurant to 420 locations worldwide. They defeated a $22 million lawsuit from the U.S. government using methods so ridiculous that Congress started laughing. They even started their own airline because why not fly when you're already selling chicken wings? Today they're filing for bankruptcy because of one little mistake. And it's probably not what you think. It's not because of cancel culture or whatever your uncle blames everything on, so buckle up, because this story is about to get more uncomfortable than your dad suggesting Hooters for your mom's birthday dinner. It is October 2025, and you are watching Wikipedia. And holy orange shorts! We just crossed 10,000 subscribers. To all the new subscribers who just joined this beautiful disaster, welcome to your new favorite bad habit. You're now part of an elite group of people with questionable taste in YouTube content. Oh, and apparently YouTube added this new hype thing that's supposed to help small channels like mine compete with Mr. Beast. So if you think your boy deserves some hype, go ahead and smash it, but only if you actually enjoyed the video. Don't inflate my ego for nothing.
For real.
It's already operating at dangerous levels after hitting 10K.
Yeah, man.
Alright, enough begging for internet validation. I wasn't exaggerating when I said this started as a joke.
Hit that hype button. Let's go.
In Clearwater, Florida, with zero restaurant experience, filed incorporation papers on April Fool's Day, 1983. They literally chose April 1st because when it failed, they could say, it was just a prank, bro. Their combined restaurant experience was eating at restaurants. That's it. And all they wanted, and I'm quoting them directly here, was a place they can't get kicked out of. That's the entire business plan. So they built their ultimate man cave. Cold beer, chicken wings, enough TVs to watch every sport simultaneously, and breasts. And no, not chicken breasts. I mean, you know, Hooters girls in orange shorts and tight white tank tops. In 1983, they found the perfect location for their terrible idea, a rundown former nightclub on Gulf to Bay Boulevard. This place was so cursed, it had killed more restaurants than Gordon Ramsay's reviews. But instead of running away like sensible humans, these madmen bought it on the cheap and built an actual graveyard with tombstones for all the dead restaurants that failed there before them. Meanwhile, co-founder Ed Drosty was conducting some very professional market research at a local bikini contest. He spotted 22-year-old Lynn Austin. This man walked up to a stranger at a bikini contest and said, you're going to be world famous with Hooters, which, out of context, sounds like either a threat or a pickup line that should get you pepper sprayed.
Yeah.
But Austin actually believed this random guy's pitch. She quit her stable phone company job to serve wings for $5 an hour.
I love
Remember
that hair
this
back in the
woman's
day.
name
So
because
puffy.
she's about to accidentally save this entire ridiculous
I ain't gonna lie, like back in the day, women, like 80s, they was just beautiful, bro. Like, and that's another reason why I chose my wife, but she got that like that. She got the 80s beauty. You know what I mean? That there's just something sexy about the 80s. Back in the like Nia Long, Holly Berry, them. Oh my goodness, beautiful. Even the white women back in the 80s was more naturally gorgeous to me. And I don't like white women like that.
operation. On October 4th, 1983, the first Hooters opened its doors in Clearwater. The first few weeks were about as successful as my dating life, which is to say, completely dead. But these 6 Florida men had a secret weapon. Absolutely zero shame, and possibly a direct line to the luck gods. Ed Drosty kicked off their marketing strategy by squeezing into a giant chicken costume and running through traffic. But Drosty wasn't done. When a boat sank near Clearwater, normal people called the Coast Guard. Drosty grabbed spray paint and swam out to tag Hooters on the wreck. He literally turned a naval tragedy into free advertising. And remember Lynn Austin? She became Playboy's Miss July 1986. Suddenly, Hooters was in every teenage boy's hidden magazine stash across America. That's marketing money can't buy.
Man.
Oh, and there's one marketing stunt coming that's so catastrophically stupid it ended in a lawsuit. But I'm saving that disaster for later, because we are still in the 80s now. By 1993, just 10 years after the April Fool's prank, they hit 100 restaurants and $200 million in sales. $200 million in revenue from selling essentially the same things every sports bar sells, with one difference: the uniform. Those orange shorts were generating millions per square inch of fabric. This explosive success spawned a legion of copycats with names that sound like a 13-year-old search history. You have Melons, Mugs and Jugs, and Knockers. The term restaurant became an actual business category. By 1995, Hooters claimed they were to wings what McDonald's was to burgers. And these copycats were the "we have McDonald's at home" of restaurants. I can hear you whispering behind your screen now, saying, this is going suspiciously good. What could go wrong? And that's a very good question, my dear smart viewers. By the early 90s, Hooters discovered that building a business on orange shorts might attract some legal attention. Feminist groups looked at Hooters like I look at my credit card statement, with horror and disbelief. Lawsuits started dropping.
But, like, listen, I'm pretty sure they didn't make women do that from force women to do that, right? They made their own choices. Dude, ain't that feminism? Making your own, being able to make your own choice. Women that works at Hooters today, if they're still around, I haven't been to one, so I don't know. But they chose to work there. The fuck? That's feminism. They made their own choice. The fuck they got to do with you?
The 1993 Minnesota case was particularly spicy. 3 ex-waitresses claimed the work environment was more hostile than a Twitter comment section. Without getting my video demonetized, let's just say the workplace culture needed adjustments. Their attorney demanded Hooters change its name and cover up its servers. You're basically asking them to delete their entire business model. But wait, these lawsuits were just the tutorial level. The main course of legal disaster was about to be served by the actual U.S. government.
They chose to work there,
The
though.
bigger war was with the U.S. EEOC. These are the people who make sure nobody discriminates at work. In 1991, someone at the EEOC was having a slow day and decided, wait a minute, where are all the male Hooters girls? Hooters had this crazy policy where men could be cooks, managers, bartenders, but not Hooters girls, which, given the name, seems obvious. Like it's literally called Hooters Girl, not Hooters Person. But the EEOC wasn't having it. After 4 years of investigation, 4 years of your tax dollars investigating orange shorts, they declared in 19...
Listen, I don't want to see no dude with no orange shorts. coming to deliver my food, bro. I'm cool. I'm cool, gang. Like, what?
1995 that, and I quote, no physical trait unique to women is required to serve food, which is true. They demanded Hooters pay $22 million to disappointed male applicants whose dreams of being Hooters girls were crushed by biology and corporate policy. $22 million is a lot of money, and it could break the peak of the business. Well, let me explain how they turned getting sued by the government into their best marketing campaign ever. Instead of quietly settling like a normal company, Hooters spent $1 million on what I can only describe as the greatest comeback in corporate history. They hired a burly, hairy dude named Vince and put him in the full Hooters girl uniform. Then came Operation Save Our Jobs, which sounds like a military operation, but was actually 100 Hooters girls invading Washington, D.C. These women were handing out free food to anyone with a pulse and a press badge. Public opinion did a complete 180. The EEOC went from righteous defenders of equality to the fun police trying to put hairy men in short shorts.
Right.
By 1996, the
Beautiful.
EEOC basically said, you know what, never mind, and moonwalked out of the courtroom. They dropped everything. They entered the 2000s like a champion boxer who just won by punching the referee himself. By 2003, Hooters had more than 400 locations, and someone at corporate had apparently mixed Red Bull with spicy chicken wings because they announced, we're starting an airline. Hooters Air was real, and it was spectacular. They put Hooters girls in orange shorts at 30,000 feet where it's colder than your ex's heart. The routes? Perfect for cheating husbands. Atlanta to Myrtle Beach. Honey, it was the only available flight. Yeah, sure, Kevin. After burning $40 million in 3 years, Hooters Air crashed in 2006. Not the planes, thankfully, just the business. But plot twist. While their airline was failing at altitude, their restaurants were printing money at sea level. By 2008, Hooters was pulling $500 million annually. One busy location could make $3 million a year selling 200,000 wings. They were literally unstoppable. Survived the government, failed at flying, but still swimming in cash. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, right, that marketing stunt I mentioned that became a lawsuit. It's time for the Toyota incident, and trust me, it's dumber than starting an airline. In 2001, a Florida Hooters manager wakes up and chooses violence. He announces a contest. Whoever sells the most beer in a month wins a brand new Toyota. These waitresses went feral. One waitress, Jody Berry, turned into the Michael Jordan of beer sales. She was moving product like Walter White, except legal and with better shorts. April Fool's Day comes, and Jody wins. The manager blindfolds her, which should have been red flag number 1. They lead her to the parking lot. She's probably already picked her license plate, Beer Queen, or something equally tragic. Blindfold comes off. She's staring at a toy Yoda. No, not Toyota, toy Yoda. This green piece of plastic that probably came free with a Happy Meal somewhere. Jody did what any reasonable American would do. She sued them. They settled out of court for an undisclosed amount, but reports say it was enough for her to buy any Toyota she wanted. By 2010, the restaurant started to see sales stagnate and locations close. They hadn't changed anything. In fact, they'd improved the service and food quality over the years. So what went wrong? Can you guess? Yes, you, the viewer who is watching me right now while probably eating something you shouldn't be. If you haven't figured out why, let your favorite YouTuber, Wikipedia, explain. After 2010, the world was changing fast. The new generation, millennials, they're just different. Okay, Wee, and what does that have to do with Hooters? Well, I'm trying to keep this family friendly, but there's no other way to say this. Let me tell you about a certain adult website that rhymes with corn tub. This totally legitimate research website released data showing that people ages 18 to 24 were searching for, let's say, chest content significantly less than older generations. They were more into things like authentic connections and emotional availability. Disgusting, I know. In response, Hooters tried marketing more heavily on fantasy football leagues and game day promotions. Figuring cleavage wasn't the draw. Between 2012 and 2016, the number of Hooters restaurants in the U.S. dropped by more than 7%, and same-store sales flatlined harder than my heart rate during cardio.
So the feminists won this one.
Called for desperate measures. Hooters tried everything. They modernized the decor. They added salads to the menu. Salads at Hooters. That's like adding a library to a nightclub. In 2017, they launched Hoots. And no, I'm not making this up. Hoots was Hooters without the Hooters. Both men and women wore normal t-shirts and khaki shorts.
I've seen Hoots.
But trust
Okay.
me, it gets even more desperate from here. In 2021, after years of trying to appeal to families and women, Hooters management had a meeting where someone said, you know what? Let's do the exact opposite of everything we just tried. They introduced new uniform shorts that violated several laws of physics. These weren't shorts. They were a philosophical question about the minimum amount of fabric required to technically be clothing. The Hooters girls immediately went to TikTok. The videos blew up so hard that within 72 hours, Hooters announced the new uniforms were optional. Meanwhile, while Hooters was having their fabric shortage crisis, Buffalo Wild Wings quietly stole their crown as America's wing champion. How? By using this revolutionary business strategy called selling good wings. So here we are, 2025, and America's Gen X beloved Hooters is filing for bankruptcy. How did we get here? Surprisingly, the big reason is not what we mentioned before, although that played a role. The real villain? Private equity. Let me explain private equity like you're 5. Imagine your lemonade stand makes $10 a day. Private equity comes in, buys your stand with borrowed money, then makes you pay back that loan from your $10. Now, you're making $10 but owe $15. Congratulations, you're broke, but they're rich. That's private equity. In 2019, they blessed Hooters with $376 million in debt. Debt from literally just existing under new ownership. Then inflation showed up like an uninvited relative. Wings became more expensive than therapy. Beer prices jumped higher than a cat seeing a cucumber. In early 2025, exactly after their 42nd anniversary, Hooters filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Happy 42nd anniversary, here's your bankruptcy papers. Now, Chapter 11 isn't we're dead bankruptcy, it's give us a minute to figure this out bankruptcy. Think of it like hitting pause on a video game when you're about to lose. Here's how it works. The judge basically becomes your financial therapist. The company keeps running, wings keep frying, orange shorts keep, shorting? But they get to pause their debt payments and sell stuff to raise cash. As of mid-2025, about 200 U.S. restaurants and 60 international locations will remain open. So loyal customers can breathe easy, the orange shorts aren't going extinct. And you know what? This whole Hooters disaster has inspired me. I'm opening my own restaurant. Introducing Wee Wings. Where the wings are mid, the service is questionable. Instead of orange shorts, our servers wear full winter parkas and ski masks. Because mystery is sexy, right? Our signature feature, every table has a screen showing my subscriber count in real time. When it goes up, you get a free wing. When it goes down, you pay me emotional damages.
I like that.
Speaking of terrible decisions, hit the like button if you think Wee Wings would outlast Hooters. Drop a comment with your terrible restaurant idea.
Man, I think I probably would. Because it'll be so terrible that it's genius. That shit happens a lot. Look at Hooters. Man, it's going to be... Oh, I'm going to do a gym. Havoc Fitness. Yeah, I'm gonna do that gym. Also, I got an Instagram, Havoc Fitness. Man, y'all go check that out. Link in the description down below. But man, what y'all think, bro? Hooters, you think Hooters closed 200 locations because they had 400. But damn, you think Hooters is over with? I haven't been to Hooters in a while, but Hoots, I ain't going to Hoots, bro. I'd rather just go to Hooters, bro. Why would I go to Hoots? Huh? Why would I go to Hoots? Me and my wife going to Hooters. Hooters, nigga. Bet, yeah. But y'all like this video, man. I got some more videos I can check out right there. But like he said, man, like, comment, subscribe. If y'all think this is hype, peak reactions, huh? Hit the hype button, man. Come on, man. Let's get this channel to 80 subscribers, and let's get it to 100. Then after that, let's get it to 1,000, bro. Let's go ahead. All right, man. Love y'all guys. I'm out. See y'all guys on the next one. Sheesh.